You can listen to this practice wherever it is you find yourself today. You can be sitting down or laying down or even stretching and doing things if that's what you got to do. And hopefully, wherever you're at when you listen, this will still be helpful to you in some way. You can adjust yourself, stretch, fidget, maybe do some neck rolls if it's morning time for you, wherever in the world you are. You can lift the arms overhead and take a big morning stretch. And just feel that space from the bottom of your rib cage, between the bottom of your rib cage and your hip bones, feeling that space getting longer. So you're giving all your organs more space to breathe. Maybe bending to either side. And bringing the arms down whenever you feel ready. Now, if you're in a space where you feel safe and would like to, you can allow the eyes to gently close at any time if they aren't already. And mark your arrival into your practice today and into your body today with a full and intentional cleansing breath. As you welcome in a long and slow inhale in through the body and through the nose. And watch yourself fill up to every corner and edge of you. As you just hold that for a moment once you're full, to really experience that sense of fullness. And as you need to, without straining, slowly letting that go. Exhaling fully, deeply, and gently pulling the navel toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale to really push that last bit of stagnant air out of you. As you again pause for just a moment to really feel that sense of emptiness and allow your next breath to come as it's needed. And so you can continue to breathe just like this for as many rounds as feels good and helpful for you. And just by exaggerating the 4 parts of your breath. So not worrying about the length of your inhales, exhales, and pauses on either side, but just letting them be exaggerated, whatever that means for you right now. So when the body naturally stops inhaling, seeing if you can open yourself up to take in a few more moments of air. And when you would naturally roll over to the exhale, seeing if you can hold off on that for an extra moment to stay in that fullness a little bit longer. And then when you would normally be done exhaling, seeing if you can push a little bit more air out of you. And again, pausing for an extra moment as we consciously and intentionally slow down the process of our breath. Syncing our awareness up with this intentional, slow rhythm of breathing. And communicating to our nervous system that now is a time to slow down. And for the next 30 minutes or so, this is a time for you to listen, to observe, to feel. And this is not a doing process. There is nothing else that you should be doing right now. And at any point, if you haven't already, you can release all guidance over your breath altogether. And allow yourself to step back and up in the mind as you come into that role of the observer or the witness. Reminding yourself how the breath is that one bodily function that can be either voluntary or automatic. And so releasing your voluntary guidance over the breath and now observing the automatic process that is the breath. And as your body inhales all on its own, maybe envisioning all of your energy being called back to you. Our energy is so often split in so many different directions. And so just let this be a time where you gather all of your energy back to your body. Maybe even seeing your split energy as a depiction of maybe strings or channels of energies coming out from you. And as your body inhales, watching them be called back, those strings be pulled back towards you. And just shifting your attention inward, back to yourself. Knowing that at any time throughout your days, you can let your attention return elsewhere. You can focus on other things. But just letting this be a time where you focus on you. And if you were to catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror right now, noticing what expression might be resting on your face, just by feeling the tension in the muscles in your face, making note of any expression that is resting there. And as your body exhales, giving yourself permission to let go of these areas of tension. And allow your jaw to hang into place. Allow your eyelids to be soft and just resting on one another. Feeling your cheeks soften a bit more and your nostrils, even on the muscles in your chin, in the ears, in the forehead and the eyebrows. Maybe feeling this general sense that all the muscles across the face are hanging off of the bones slightly, ungripping from the bones, and releasing back into the support of your skin. Reminding yourself of the comfort and the deep trust that you can have with your own anatomy. Remembering that when you let go, when you release yourself into this moment, into whatever it is you're feeling, everything will be held exactly where it needs to be, without any of your direction, without any of your doing. Knowing how even when you are in a deep, deep sleep, everything is held right where it needs to be. Your body functions perfectly to keep you alive without any of your direction or doing. And so releasing your need to control into a sense of trust. A sense of trust with your own body, with your own anatomy. Even if there are aspects of your health that make you feel or impede on this sense of trust, maybe. When you are diagnosed with something like an autoimmune disease, we are literally told that our body is attacking itself. And so that can really damage that relationship of trust that we innately have with our own self, with our own body. And so even if that is the case, you are still alive. Your body is still functioning exactly as it should to keep you alive. Even if there is pain present, even if there is suffering within you, you are here. You are alive. You are capable of feeling, seeing, hearing, smelling, and tasting. And it is safe for you to release yourself into the trust of your own body and in this world. Oftentimes we try to fix everything, and we try to add in our own input and maybe try to change things about ourselves that we think we need to change, especially when it comes to the way our body is functioning. Oftentimes I find that the more I try to control my body and its functions, the worse it feels. And if even just for a split second, I can exhale into whatever it is I'm feeling, no matter how painful that is, and trust that my body knows what to do. No matter what doctors have told me, no matter what things are happening in the world around me, I trust in my body. I trust my body is speaking to me in a truthful way. I trust my own intuition and the gut feelings that I get. And as you are allowing yourself to feel what is here for you to feel, no matter what that is, can notice again any expression that is resting on the face. And remind yourself to re-soften, to let go once again. And allow yourself to release that heavy layer that all of us put on ourselves with all of those should thoughts, all of that resistance to what it is that we're feeling or experiencing in life. Oftentimes, the heaviest layer of our own suffering is one we put on ourselves. The constant voice is saying, well, I should be feeling good. I should be grateful. I should be happy. I should be motivated. I should be not in pain. And you can hear those thoughts and know that it is completely human to have these thoughts. And at the same time, these thoughts are heavy, and you are allowed to let go of them. And remind yourself that whatever it is you're feeling is exactly what you should be feeling, simply because you are feeling it. Find a sense of acceptance with what you are feeling, whether that is fear, whether that is pain, sorrow, or joy and happiness and motivation. Just remind yourself that you are human and you will feel the full spectrum of what it means to be a human. And we are not meant to feel wonderful and whole and holy all of the time. We are simply meant to feel the human experience, which includes pain and hurt and sorrow, as well as joy and happiness and connection, and every feeling in between. And so it is safe for you to accept whatever you are feeling right now, because you know that it will change. The only constant that we can count on is that everything changes, especially how we feel. And acceptance does not mean that you like it or agree with it or want it to be this way. Acceptance simply means that you acknowledge what is. You acknowledge reality, which is where we need to be in order to make the decisions that will get us where we want to go. Real change needs to happen from a place of acknowledgement of reality, if that makes sense. You cannot change what you don't first accept. And so you can let more and more of your awareness come into your heart. And really just focus in on this unique rhythm that is beating within your chest. This steady background beat to every single moment of your life. And gradually calling more and more of your awareness to focus in on this heart. And just feel a deep, deep sense of trust with yourself, with your heart, with your body, with your instincts. And know that this heart is your direct line of connection to the source that all of life comes from. Because this is your connection to life. And you are alive. And therefore, you are connected to the source that allows us to be alive. Whatever you believe that to be. And so you do not need to earn any more love or appreciation from the world around you. Because you have an infinite supply to love right within you. And so instead of operating from a stance where we are lacking in love, we can reconnect to that infinite supply of love that we have right within our own hearts. And share our unique expression of this love with the world around us, the world we interact with. And watch how that will naturally expand and awaken in the ones around us. And remember that this heart is connected to every inch of your body. His heart is connected to your hands, And your hands have the power to create and to heal through the love in your heart. Your heart is connected to your throat and to your mouth. And you have the power to speak and to share what is on your heart clearly. Your heart is connected to your eyes and to your mind. And you have the power to see and think through this loving lens, to listen through this love. And just know that we will all go through periods of time where this love is very clear and obvious to us. And we feel whole and bright and like a full moon, like we are bright and capable of shining light for others in the darkness. And there will be other times where we feel more like a new moon, where we feel in the dark, in the shadows, and like we're not reflecting any light. And then there are all those phases in between. And just know that we are not meant to be a full moon all of the time. Nothing in life is meant to be one way all of the time. We are simply meant to move through the phases that life presents to us with as much grace as we can. And so you can exhale and release that layer of resistance, that layer of those should feelings. If your mind is telling yourself that you should be feeling something different, it is safe for you to let that go. Just allow it to leave your body. And just trust that whatever you are feeling is exactly what you should be feeling. And the fact that you are feeling that is the proof of that. And that can be a great comfort to you if you are feeling a way that you don't like, because it will change. It absolutely will change, even when it feels like this is how it's always been and how it always will be. The only thing we know for sure is that everything changes. Our feelings change. And you can also use that same fact as a great permission for you to fully make the most of the good stuff you're feeling. And release any guilt you might feel for feeling good when you know others are hurting. And just simply allow yourself to feel as you already feel. And ride the waves of these emotions. So you can continue to feel whatever is here for you to feel and soften your body into yourself as you just listen to the following words written by young Pueblo in his book Inward. And just allow anything that feels like it resonates with you to soak in a little deeper and not worrying about the rest. I am not here to compete. I am here to grow and be free. Every time we compete with others, we're already losing because we're forgetting that life is not a race to be won, but a journey we embark on to build our inner peace and wisdom. We create non-existent competitions in our minds when we get carried away by the delusions of ego. The hierarchical conditioning of society, combined with our attachment to I, me, and my, creates a scenario in which only a few can succeed. Having a world built on competition has created a situation in which humanity is overflowing with misery. We thought we had to win, to harm each other to survive. But the moment we submitted ourselves to this scenario, we took a step away from our individual and collective freedom. Releasing these conditioned habits is difficult but essential, because happiness and internal security grow as we release the I of ego and the delusions of competition. The wisdom of love shows us that individual and collective life need to be reborn and reorganized in a way that supports the well-being of all, not the few. Love teaches us that we are here not to compete, but to support each other's growth and happiness. Fear seeks to control. Revenge prolongs pain. Animosity disrupts peace. Compassion ignites healing. Honesty releases burdens. And happiness is letting go. Sometimes people are simply meant to teach you how to not act in the future. Everyone is a teacher, but that does not mean everyone is correct. There have been times in our lives when we have been a good example for those around us, while at other times we have not been a good example. If we recognize our own imperfections, it helps us have compassion for all people and look upon all as equals. Just because someone was wrong once, it doesn't mean they are going to be wrong forever. Similarly, just because we may perceive someone as wrong, it does not necessarily mean that we are right. In most cases, we lack the perfect information required to form an objective and universal perspective. It's important to remember that we are all imperfect, and that we all live through the limited perspective of ego. Striving to learn as much as we can from one another without making harsh judgments is a sign of wisdom. Water teaches flexibility and power. Earth expresses firmness and balance. Air sings of intelligence and bravery. And fire speaks of action and growth. So you can just take the next few moments to just allow everything you've heard today to settle. And trust that anything you heard that felt helpful or resonated with you in some way. Trusting that that feeling can sometimes come when we hear on the outside what a part of ourselves already knows to be true on the inside. And so just allowing those truths to be enhanced within you, so you feel a little bit more confidence to act on your own intuition. Trust that you already know exactly what it is you need to do. And remind yourself that there will always be a period of time between when we recognize we need to make a change and when we actually have the power, the strength, and resources to make those changes happen. And so just be so kind to yourself wherever you are in the process of change in any area of your life. And trust that the small daily actions that best support you and your peace of mind and your own safety will get you where you want to be, where you will be. And just take a moment now to just see yourself exactly as you want to be. The ideal version of you and how you feel as that version of you. How you speak, the way you carry yourself. And just know that that you is already here. And know that you always do the best that you can with the information you have and the strength and energy that you have. And so again, just be so kind and patient with yourself, knowing that you will make mistakes along the way, but you are already on your way to where you want to be. And so if it feels like something you'd like to do today, then just let your hands find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. And you just feel this contact of your palms to one another. And feel your heart beating into your thumbs and your thumbs beating back into your heart. And allow yourself to take one final deep and full breath into the body as you fill up to every corner and edge of you. And as you exhale, letting go of anything you're ready to let go of, as you allow the head to gently bow. And take this moment to bow to the source of energy that allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. And may this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights. And may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you.